In today's video, I'll be going over the May Google update. I'll be going over everything that you need to know and keep in mind if you are a website owner. So in March, a couple of months ago, Google announced that it will be rolling out its new update. So it's already continuing its update on removing spam content. So let's first go ahead and tackle that and exactly what it means. So essentially, Google is expected to improve and reduce around 45% of low quality unoriginal content in search results. So they actually aimed for 40%, but they were able to reduce a lot more. So 45% of the content that was already out there is now necessarily not ranking if it's deemed as low quality unoriginal content. And I saw that for myself, for some websites. I'm sure that you guys experienced that with some of your websites. If you saw de-indexing and de-ranking of keywords, that is probably the effects of the Google spam update. So how do you fight that? If we scroll down here, it says that Google will remove abusive practices that lead to unoriginal and low quality content showing up on search. So if you want to bypass spam, you need to create original and high quality content. Now you can create original and high quality content using AI. I've showed you guys many tutorials in which you can follow to write factual, up-to-date articles, right? And you can do that using AI. So it's not saying that you not necessarily are able to use AI, but when you're using AI, be original and write high quality content. So original also means that we're not just necessarily going on Ahrefs, even though I love Ahrefs, and we're not just going on Ahrefs and typing in our keyword. Let's say, for example, we're in the real estate niche and we're typing in our keyword and then finding a suitable keyword to go after, right? Everyone's going to follow this method, and most times these keywords may seem like they're easy to rank for, but it's actually pretty hard to rank for, especially if you are a new site. So what that means is we need to, when we're thinking of topics, you need to be very, very original. So you need to think about what's updated, what's new within your niche, what are some new angles in which you can talk about that most people aren't talking about on Google. So I'll show you guys an example of what I mean. This is a brand new website, and as you can see, it had a big jump in clicks from a brand new website. This website is less than a month old, and it had a big jump. Yes, it kind of tapered off, but the reason why it had a big jump was because I wrote on a topic that was new, that was up to date, that was going viral, and I was able to get some quick hits, and that just leverages my website. It improves the overall authoritativeness of that website. So now content will be able to rank a little bit quicker. Google's going to say, okay, this website's actually legit. They're getting clicks organically. People are reading their content, and it will naturally start ranking you for more keywords and naturally start growing your website. So you need to be original in how you think about writing content. You need to write content that's not just based upon metrics that you're finding on Google Keyword Planner or Ahrefs, and you also need to write high quality content. Now, high quality content means that you don't just use ChatGPT to write your content. I will leave some tutorials in the description below today's video if you want to check it out. Also, if you want to use my tool, which is called WordRocket.ai, it is really good at creating high quality AI writing content. So essentially all you have to do is head over to the tool. You can enter your own API key and use the one-shot blog post generation for free. And then what you can do is enter a topic, choose whichever model you like to use, and then you write the article. And these articles are very, very original because of the process in which we're using. You can also include tables, include charts in your content, create images. That all helps with creating original content and high quality content. So that's the first thing, is that you need to make sure that you're creating high quality original content. So Google doesn't want low quality unoriginal content. It also doesn't want scaled content abuse. So that is essentially using automation to generate low quality or unoriginal articles at scale with the goal of manipulating search rankings. So that's like using a bulk generator tool to generate a bunch of content, blast it onto your site. Google does not like that. Now, Google is also cracking down on site reputation abuse. Now, this is, let's say you are doing a guest post, you are a smaller company, you may not have a lot of content or a lot of DR, and you write an article on a bigger company like Forbes or GQ, and you're using that to leverage their rankings and their authoritativeness so that you can get clicks and grow your website. So Google's going to be cracking down on this. I think the best way to think about this is that if you're going to write on a website, or if you're going to do a guest post on the website, or if a website is going to feature your content, make sure that website is related to your actual niche. So let's say, for example, I'm in an AI niche. I would want to write, I would want to go have my content be featured on a website within the AI niche, not something that is totally unrelated like GQ or any other of these big websites. So Google says will now consider very low value third-party content produced primarily for ranking purposes and without close oversight of a website owner to be spam. We're publishing this policy 2 months in advance of enforcement on May 5th. So right now it's May 8th. So essentially what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot of changes to some of these bigger websites. So essentially a way in which you can take a look at this is sometimes when you search up a very difficult keyword on Google. So let's say, for example, we search up best AI tools. We can see that some of these websites make sense, but for example, Forbes talking about the best AI tools, yes, it's kind of business related, but they're ranking for 2 different articles for that specific topic. If we scroll down, even Medium, I would say that Medium should probably not be ranking for that specific keyword. Reddit, that's okay. If we scroll down, Visual Capitalist, maybe this is not going to be the most closely related blog post for this specific topic. So Google is essentially cracking down on websites like Forbes that is writing on all these different types of content that's not necessarily related to that specific to this specific niche, and they're probably monetizing this by having affiliate links included within the article. So how this can be useful to you, or how you can take a look at this, is that if you are looking to create content on other sites, just make sure that the content is very related to that site. Don't necessarily just go for a high DR because it's a high DR. That is not going to work anymore. And lastly, Google is cracking down on expired domain abuse. So essentially, if you're purchasing a domain with the intent of essentially creating new content, then Google will take a look at that as you're trying to mislead users into thinking that the new content is a part of the older site, which may not be the case. Expired domains that are purchased and repurposed with the intention of boosting the search rankings of low quality content are now considered spam. So again, just really make sure that you're taking the time to create high quality content. You can still do that by using AI. Nowhere does it say that they're cracking down on AI written content, but they will be definitely cracking down on low quality content. So I hope that this update was useful to you, and I hope that your websites don't get hit too much. Hopefully this update, especially when it comes to the site reputation abuse, I think that this will probably target bigger websites, because bigger websites are usually the sites that that actually do a lot of writing for third-party companies, and they make a lot of money through that. So hopefully this is going to be for bigger companies and it wouldn't really affect the smaller sites. But I wish you guys all the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.